right too. The old man feels the same way everyone else does. A life is at stake. So, the story of the old man may as well be true.
Except for the fact that he absolutely swore under oath that it was only 15 seconds.
We all seem to agree that it was 25 to 40 seconds later.
You are now admitting that the old man lied in one part, yet told the truth in another. Though I agree this tends to confirm the story of the old man, in part, he is now a proven liar. And this is by your own admission.
This may be true that the old man lies in part, but I think I'm going to change my vote once more. Guilty.
What do you think?
Oh, well, at first I thought he was guilty, and then I changed my mind. Well, now I guess I'm swinging back towards guilty again.
You?
I am now in real doubt. Real doubt. I think he's guilty. I'll start the first time.
Now we're starting to make sense in here.
The vote is now 9 to 3 in favor of guilty.
One more question about the old man's story. How many of you live in an apartment?
I do not know what you're thinking, but I know what that is. And what's that? I do not live in a tenement, but it just glows. And there is just enough light so that you can see the steps in front of you. The light bulbs are so small. Don't you remember how we tripped upon the steps?
The police officers used big bulbs and one even had a flashlight. You remember?
An old man who misjudged the time by 20 seconds. On this, we all agree. He looked down the dark hallway of a tenement and recognized a running figure.
He was 100% wrong about the time. It took twice as long as he thought.
And could he not have also been 100% wrong about whom he saw?
You're making that up out of thin air.
Let's be honest here. We're a hung jury. Do you truly feel that there is no room for reasonable doubt? Well, I guess I do. I beg your pardon, but maybe you do not understand the term reasonable doubt. What do you mean? I don't understand. Who are you when you talk to me like that? How do you like this woman? She comes over here ready for her life, and before she can even take a big breath, she's telling us how to run the show. The arrogance of her. No one here is asking where anyone came from. I was born right here, or where your father came from.
Maybe it wouldn't hurt us to take a few hints from those who came running here. Maybe they've learned something we haven't. We are not so perfect.
Please, it is okay. I'm used to this.
It's not okay.
Okay, I apologize. Is that what you want?
Yes, that's what I want.
All right, let's stop the arguing. Who's got something constructive to say? Well, there's been something that's been bothering me a little. This whole business about the stab wound and how it was made, the downward angle of it.
Don't tell me you're going to start with that again. They went over it and over it in court.
I know they did, but I don't go along with it. Listen, the boy is 5 feet 8 inches tall. His father is 6 feet 2 inches tall. That's a difference of about 6 inches. It's a very awkward thing to stab downward into the chest of someone who's half a foot taller than you are.
Now, I suppose you're not going to be satisfied until you see it again, so I'm going to give you a demonstration. Someone get up. All right. Now pay attention. I don't want to have to do this again. Is that 6 inches?
That's more than 6 inches.
Will that be more?
Look out! That's not funny. What's the matter with you?
Calm down. No one's hurt, are they?
No, nobody's hurt.
Well then, that's your angle. Down and in. That's how I stab a man who was taller than I was, and that's how it was done. Take a look at it.
Well, got it in. I guess there's no argument.
Have you ever stabbed a man?
Of course not.
Have you?
Let's not be silly.
Have you?
No!
Then where do you get all your information on how it's done?
It's common sense.
Have you ever seen a man stabbed?
No.
Then let me ask you this. The boy was an experienced knife fighter. He was even sent to reform school for knifing someone. Isn't that so?
That's right.
Take a look. Doesn't that seem like an awkward way to handle a switch knife?
What are you asking me for?
In the movies.
In my own backyard. On my stoop, in a vacant lot across the street. Too many of them. Switch knives came with the neighborhood where I lived. It's funny you never thought of it before. I mean, I guess you try and forget everything. Anybody who's ever used a switch knife would not have stabbed down. You don't handle a switch knife that way. He's underhanded.
So the boy couldn't have been the wound that killed his father.
Well, I suppose it is conceivable that he could have made the wound, but it's not likely. Not if he's ever had any experience with switch knives. And we know that this one has a lot of experience with switch knives.
I don't believe it.
Neither do I. You're giving us a lot of mumbo jumbo.
What do you think?
Well, I don't know.
How about you?
Listen, I'll tell you all something. I'm getting a little sick and tired of this whole thing already. We're getting nowhere fast. Let's just break it up and go home.
Before we go any further, I'd like to try and pull this thing together.
This should be good.
He has arrived. Would you like to hear this too? Let's hear him. I'm an advertiser. I'm used to the big shots of pulling things together. Let's chip up a few shots and see if any of them land on the green.
Okay. Now, I want you all to think of this logically and consistently.
We have. He's guilty.
I want to know, is this boy smart or is he dumb?
What do you mean?
This is a kid who's gone to reform school for knife fighting. The night of the murder, he goes and buys a knife, a switch knife. It would then take a very dumb person to go and stab a man, his father, with an instrument that everyone would associate with him.
I quite agree. He's dumb.
However, if he were dumb, why would he make the kind of wound that an inexperienced man would make with a knife?
I'm not quite sure I understand.
To murder someone must take a great emotion, great hatred. And at that moment, they would handle a knife as best they could. They would handle it the way they'd been trained. And a trained man would go under him. However, an untrained man would go over him. But the boy is being very smart. Everyone knows he's an experienced knife fighter, so he makes the kind of wound that an amateur would make. That man is a smart man. Smart enough to wipe fingerprints away, perhaps even smart enough to do the killing as an L train is going by to cover up the noise. Is this boy smart, or is he dumb?
Now wait a minute.
Well, the woman across the L tracks said that she saw the murder through the windows of an L train. So someone in that L train could have seen the murder too.
A possibility, but no one did that we know of.
But take an awfully dumb man to take that chance. During the murder, if the train went by.
Precisely. A dumb man. A very stupid man. A man swept by emotion, who probably heard nothing. He probably didn't even hear the train coming. And whoever did murder the father did it as best they could.
So?
This kid is dumb enough to do everything to associate himself with a switch knife. A switch knife murder. A moment later, though, he is smart enough to make the kind of move that would lead us to suspect someone else. Yet, in the same instant, he is dumb enough to do the killing as an L train is going by. Yet, one moment later, he once again becomes smart. Smart enough to wipe away the fingerprints. To say this boy is guilty, you must say he's dumb from 8 o'clock till about midnight. Then, at about midnight, he is smart 1 second, then dumb for a few seconds, and then smart again. Then once more he becomes stupid. So stupid, he cannot even think of a good alibi. Is this boy smart, or is he dumb? To say he's guilty, you have to toss his intelligence like a pancake. There is doubt, doubt, doubt.
Hadn't thought of that.
And the old man downstairs, on the stand, he swore it took him 15 seconds. He insisted on 15 seconds. Yet we all seem to agree it must have been almost 40.
Does the old man lie half the time, and then does he tell the truth the other half the time?
To say this boy is guilty, he must be stupid, then smart, then stupid, then smart, and so on. And for this boy to be guilty, the old man must lie half the time. The other half of the time, he must tell the truth. You can reasonably doubt.
I'm sold on reasonable doubt. I think I am too. I want more talk. No, I've had it.
I want another vote.